Now, something else I want to talk about is there's been some discussion on, particularly on social media, that the offense seems to run better with Jordan McLaughlin more than D'Lo. D'Lo more kind of slows it down a little bit. Would you? And we'll start with you, Donovan. Would you favor at least trying it out, having D'Lo come off the bench and JMac start?
I think we're still a little ways away in my mind to do something like that. We still need to really push the envelope on getting our five starters some more chemistry. Like at the end of the day, we're still 5-6, and a bunch of other years we would be absolutely thrilled that the Timberwolves were 5-6. And
Sure.
I don't know if we're forgetting that we're coming off of like 25, 30 win seasons, but around 500 used to be really good for us. And I know that we have higher expectations this year, but it's going to take a lot longer than 11 games for this offense to gel, especially when you're adding a guy like Rudy, who, let's be honest, isn't a real offensive threat. Like it's going to take some time. I'm in favor of maybe staggering D'Lo a little bit more, like we did when he was struggling last year, and have him come in with the bench a little bit more often. It seems like we've been having Ant do that, so Ant can get his. But I really think we should stick to the plan. I believe in Chris Finch. If he thinks that's the best way, let's run with it for a while.
Chris, what do you think?
I'd be interested to see when JMac is doing so well, who else is on the floor with him. I know he does really well with Naz Reid. I know Prince has been shooting about 50% from three. One of our only guys that's shooting well, and I know he's in the second unit. So it might not be as much the point guard as the pieces around it, but yeah, J-Mac's awesome. He adds a little energy. He adds a little spark. He adds a little hustle. I'll ask again, do you want him starting a playoff series? Maybe not, but
Right.
maybe he's the answer. He's going to have to learn how to defend much bigger players and do it consistently. Like it's easy to have that energy and that punch for 12 minutes a game. It's a lot harder to do it for 32 against the other team's starters. Most times when J-Mac's in there doing damage, he's against the second unit of the other team. So, I mean, it's not exact apples to apples.
Yeah, and I think it's like you're trying to figure out if you want your point guard to be a scoring point guard or you just want him to keep the offense moving. Traditionally, the point guard, like, I don't know, growing up, the point guard was always just a guy to kind of get the offense moving, but the Wolves just got to make that decision. Like what you hear? Check out the Everything's Coming Up Timberwolves podcast on this very YouTube channel. The best Wolves talk on YouTube.